Hello everyone, my name is Shubhajit and today we will be discussing about the strict mode of React and what happens when we are putting the strict mode in React, how it changes the development environment and how it is different from the production mode. We will see all these things with the demo in front of you, and I will be taking the help of useEffect hook to show the React strict mode in action. Okay, let's get started. Let me give you a little bit glance of like what is there. So on the UI, we have an input element in which we have a two-way data binding. Basically, we have an on-change handler. So whenever we type something inside the input element, the server URL will be set, which is here, and this server URL is basically a state variable. Okay, so if you don't know about the use state hook, please watch it out. I have like explained it in a video. I will also put it in the description. So please go and watch that. It's a 5-minute video and then come here. You will be able to understand very well. Okay, so let's continue. So this server URL is a state variable, and that state variable uh, will be set as the value here. So it's a two-way data binding, as you can see. So whatever input value we put, uh, that will be changed to a server URL, and that server URL will keep track of whatever value we are typing in input the element. So that is it. Let's not go much deep into that. Let's go inside the use effect hook, which is important for us. So if you are not aware of the use effect hook, I will encourage you to see the video on that also. It will help you to understand this explanation. So inside the use effect hook, we have created an options object in which the key is server URL and the value is server URL as well. And we also have the room ID, and the room ID is actually coming from outside the component, so we don't need to think about it much. It's basically a static value. Okay, so yeah, and now if I go forward inside the use effect, you can see that we are creating a connection with the help of create connection, and inside that we pass options. Let's see what it is. So create connection, we are passing the options. Inside options, you know that we have the server URL as well as the room ID. Okay, we are just console logging based on the server URL and the room ID for both connect and disconnect. So basically this create connection returns a function, returns two functions. Basically it returns an object which contains two functions, connect and disconnect. Okay, so this connection dot connect, it will console log this one, this one, and same way disconnect is also there, which is also present there. It will console log this one. Okay, I hope you got that. And okay, so the return statement is there. So return statement in use effect is used whenever we have to clean up something, or whenever we need to clean up the code which is written in the use effect part above. Okay, so here we have a connection dot connect. So whenever this use effect is ending, or whenever is use effect is going out of scope, we need to disconnect that connection. Okay, now let's see what React's strict mode does whenever a new component is mounted. Whenever a new component is mounted, a use effect is called for the first time. So for the first time, what should happen? This options object will be created, a connection will be created, and connection dot connect will be called, which will console log just this. But when I will show you it in action, you will see that first it will connection dot connect, then it will disconnect, and then it will connect again. It's like the first connection, connect and disconnect, is just something like a testing thing. That pair of things just test things out, and that is the strict mode. I will show you it in action first. Okay, let me refresh this page. Can you see that connecting, then disconnecting, then connecting again? So what is this behavior and why it is happening? This is happening because React initially runs the things twice. Okay, so on the first mount, what will React does? React mounts them twice. So when React is initially mounting the things up, then this use effect will run, connection dot connect will run, and then due to the React's strict mode, this connection, this use effect will be discarded, and when it is discarded, when it is discarded, this connection dot disconnect runs, and then use effect will be called again. That is the second time. So then the connection dot connect is called, and that is the pattern which we see here. First connecting, then disconnected, and here is the actual thing. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, in simple words, this first connecting and disconnecting is a single step only, because whenever use effect is discarded, the return thing runs and it disconnects the connection. Okay, so you can take these two things in one step. That is, this is the first mount and this is the second mount. It is not disconnected yet because it's running now. Okay, what if, and this only happens in the development mode, what if we don't want this strict mode to be there in development mode, or we want to see that how actually things run in uh, production mode? So if you go to the index.js, that is the main file, that is the actual root file, you can see that there are this actual our app is actually wrapped inside these strict modes. Okay, so you can just comment out this strict mode, and then you can see what actually happens on the UI. Can you see now? Only once it is called, that one connection and disconnection pair is now gone. Why it has happened? It has happened because now we have removed the strict mode for React, and now it is just like identical to running in production mode. So I hope you have understood this thing, that why things run twice. You might have also encountered it a lot of times when you are writing your code in React, and you might be confused also. So this is the actual reason. React does it for testing purposes, for actually seeing if there is a bug in the code or not. Okay. Uh, I hope you have understood the strict mode. Thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you have any doubts, please comment me down. Please put it down in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. So yeah, thanks a lot.